Hey everybody, and welcome to my live stream here. I want to welcome everybody to is it a show? It's not a show. It's a live stream. It's a vlog. We'll be techie. So welcome to this. I am here to talk about In Search of Tomorrow. In Search of Tomorrow's new Kickstarter just went live about 5.5 hours ago or so. And I have to tell you guys, thank you so much. You blew it away for us. We are excited as all get out because within 5 hours, our original pledge goal has almost it's you broke it. You broke the goal. We are now right now as of this. We had an original pledge goal of $39,695. Right now, we are at $63,558. You broke it. So thank you so much. This is going to allow us to do so much with this film. We really went crazy with In Search of Darkness. In Search of Darkness became an epic that just is going to keep growing. But it ended up, we cut down to 4.5 hours. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that with this one, with how big we want to make this and what we have planned for it. This film is going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful. If you go to the Kickstarter, whose link I posted in the description of this video, you'll get to see our Kickstarter trailer, which it just is glorious. There's so many just cues and visuals, and the goal of that trailer is to show you what you're going to feel when you see this, and it does the job well. The music, the memories, the actors, the just the visuals, it's perfect. So I just really wanted to take the time to answer questions that you guys might have about the documentary, if you have any, and also just take the time to say thank you, because this really means a lot to us at Creator VC and the team behind this. We have an advisor circle group that is putting their heart and soul into this as well, and being a part of this. And this is an opportunity for you to back this and be a part of it as well. I mean, there's so much going on with this. We've grown. It's a community. It's a group of people that just truly love what we're doing and what we're making for you, because we're fans. If you can't tell from the chaos of my office, I am a huge fan of sci-fi, horror, fantasy, all of it. And I'm a kid from the 80s, and I grew up with this stuff, and it's just a thrill for me to be a part of this and help create this and shape this for you guys. We're working on getting even more talent and more great interviews for you. And just, we just announced today that John Carpenter is going to be in this project. If you go on IMDb right now, you'll see a cast list already we're not even done yet. But right now, if you go on IMDb and you look at our cast list, it is insane, because we have it's crazy. The talent that we've already got. We've got Henry Thomas from E.T. We've got Sean Young. You name it. And it's not just the actors. The thing that we celebrate and that we really love and makes these projects special is we focus on the people that create behind the scenes and behind the camera, and the directors. And that's why, it's such a thrill to have guys like John Carpenter involved, and guys like Joe Dante, who, helped create this stuff. We've got so many now, I have to look it up because I can't keep track of everybody that we've got involved with this at this point, because we've got so freaking many. So if you go on IMDb right now, you'll see that we've got Shane Black, the man who made Predator, is coming back. He's going to speak to us about Predator and just his influences. We've got, just as I said, John Carpenter. We got Will Wheaton, Catherine Mary Stewart. We've got basically everybody from The Last Starfighter is going to be in this. So these are not secrets. If you look at the IMDb entry, you'll see everybody that's involved. It's fantastic. It's such a massive love letter to these films. And I've been asked a few times, what about these movies makes them so special? What is it about that genre and that decade specifically? And I have to say that it was a confluence. What my answer always typically is that time in our history was the birth of so much technology. And it's ironic because it is about sci-fi, but it's also science, real science was happening at that time. And so that was a big thing because real science was happening. And thanks to that science, we were able to have things like VHS. We were able to have cable television. We were having the birth of the internet. The home computer was happening. So it was a big deal. And uh, it expanded the ability for us to consume all of this. And it opened the doors for us to open our minds and uh, to really just connect, not just as fans but as people and creators and artists. So it was a perfect time for these kind of movies to come out, and it gave us the ability to get at them and see them in some instances where we wouldn't have been able to. So that was a really big part of this. It was you know, with like VHS, for example, that was huge because we were able to have as independent creators an outlet. So you had like the Charles Bands of the world come out with Full Moon, and you had movies like Robot Jocks and um, you know these oddball one-off sci-fi movies, and the independent artists were able to do their thing and get their stuff seen. And that was something that had never been able to be done before, and the 80s gave us that. um, and that's just part of it. The tech was new and giving us this ability, but also I there's something about these movies, and it could be that I'm old and I grew up when these were coming out and I was a kid when this happened. But the thing that I there's something about them that they hold up. Like E.T. and Gremlins and these movies, maybe it's because they used a lot of real special effects. Shout out to Steve Johnson. Um, but there was a lot of practical effects that added to it, and they just hold up. And there's kind of a innocence and also a hope within them. And a lot of movies these days, it seems like their whole goal is to be depressive and downer, and there's a lot of misery porn out there. But these films, for the most part, I would say the ones that really stand with you and stay with you, like The Last Starfighter and E.T., Close Encounters. That was prior to the 80s, though. But those kind of movies have a purity and a hope within them that is uplifting. And that is something that we really need right now, as a people and as a country here specifically, and just in the world in general right now with everything that's going on. We need something that is positive and decent and good and gonna make us feel better and have hope. And these movies did that. The I always go back to The Last Starfighter because it's a quintessential 80s film, and this great sci-fi, wish fulfillment, beautiful movie. I love it. It's classic. But that film is about a kid in a trailer park that, there's no epic bloodline or something like that to Alex Rogan. He is just one of us, and he just plays a lot of video games, and that's his skill. And that's what he's good at. And he's kind of lost, but then he finds that this thing that everybody kind of told him that he's wasting his time on makes him the hero of the universe. And he's just a regular guy, and he saves everyone, and he gets the girl at the end, and he lives it. And that is, that's awesome. and inspiring in what it's supposed to be. The music, all of it, just Nick Castle knocked it out of the park, and with that movie, and he's in this as well, by the way. But that is what this is supposed to be about. It's about that feeling in these movies, but not just that. Like I said, we're going to talk about the technology and the time of when these were made and why these specific movies came out of that time. You know, it wasn't all rosy and happy, but there were, there was things that motivated these filmmakers to make what they did. Like you have Blade Runner, for example, which is freaking amazing. And it's about, there's a mystery to it, and it's like a conspiracy almost. And you're there with Harrison Ford's Decker, who is not a nice guy in this movie, but you there's this oddness where in this film the non-humans are more human than the humans are, and that's personified with the late great Rucker Hauer and Roy, and how he talks about you know who he is as as a person. Even if he is a robot, he's still alive. There's a lot going on in these films, and it goes back to like we've got Empire Strikes Back in there, which is, we've got Return of the Jedi, you've got Star Trek, you've got to return to like all of these great old properties. Like Star Trek came back in the 80s hugely because of Wrath of Khan and the motion picture as well. But Wrath of Khan really sealed that deal. And it stands to me as one of the best science fiction movies of all time. Ricardo Montalban, I don't know. Anyway, I mean, there's a lot to talk about here, and that's why this documentary is going to be fantastic, because we're not just going to focus on the films themselves, but we're going to focus on everything that created them and what inspired them and what those films inspired after the fact. That's why we have guys like James Rolfe in here, who's going to be a part of it again, a Sir Angry Video Game Nerd. We're going to have Chris Stuckman, who is fantastic and who was inspired by these movies and has become a filmmaker in his own right, just like James Rolfe. You've got, we're going to have scientists in this, people that go, that in these movies gave them motivation to go on with their life. Hey, Andrew. Yes, Wrath of Khan rules. Wrath of Khan is probably one of the greatest movies ever made. It's a submarine battle in space. Sorry. But it's going to be freaking amazing. I'm really excited for you guys to see this when it's done. It's going to be released. We're looking for next year in July. And Ricardo Montalban had a chest that just, sorry, I'm just going to take a moment and drool a little bit about Ricardo Montalban and the Wrath of Khan. Genetic modification, perfection achieved, sir. Yeah. But yeah, sorry, I went off tangent. But that's what we're wanting to do with this. It is going to be an amazing film. You guys are going to be very happy. There's so much involved with it. There's more than just the movie itself. As I said, we're creating a whole community. To me personally, fandom is family, and that's what we're here for. We are here to celebrate what we love and share that with you, the people that also love it. It's important to us. We don't want to let you down. We're not going to let you down. If you loved In Search of Darkness, if you loved In Search of the Last Action Hero, In Search of Tomorrow is going to be the just even bigger in terms of what we're going for, what we're creating. We're expanding it thanks to you. I mean, thanks to the community and our backers and everyone that's taken part in this. This is going to be your baby as much as it's our baby, and I can't wait for you to see it, experience it. Be sure to join our email list. Go to creatorvc.com, check that out. Go to the link in the description and back us. Pick your level. You're not going to be disappointed. We're going to give you something that's going to be a love letter to these films, and it's going to be a time capsule opened up for you of all of these movies. And we're really, really stoked to bring it to you. And I just got to say again, thank you so much for just what you did today. I mean, as of right now, let's see if it's going to update again. Is it going to update again? It's been updating randomly. Oh, yep, it did. We are almost at $65,000. That is amazing. And in this is just the first day, and we've hit it, and we're almost halfway to hitting it again. So thank you again so much for being a part of this. I just can't say enough. It's so awesome to be involved with and have you guys backing us and believing in us. So again, thank you. If you guys want to have another update video, let me know in the description, in the comments. I'll be happy to come back and talk to you guys again next week, or in a few days, depending on how how the tally goes. And I know times are hard right now. I know everybody's scared, and the world is insane. It feels like we're living in one of these movies. But you know, if you stay safe, stay positive, and you know, feel free to wrap up in one of these films tonight. I always see them as like a blanket, like a little comfortable blanket that I know I'm familiar with. My husband makes fun of me because instead of watching a new movie, I'll just be like, I'll go watch this again, and it'll be something like Gremlins that I've seen probably more times than I am years alive. I've probably seen Gremlins probably a couple hundred times at this point in my life. But if it's familiar and it's comforting and it makes me happy. And that's what these movies do. And that's what we're trying to do for you with this film. And we're going to want to make you happy. We want to make you feel that way and think about these films in a way you might not have thought of them before, and look deeper into them. And that's really what we're going for here. And that's what we want to do for you. And in this crazy time, look to science fiction to help deal with the fact of the world. So, we love you guys. Thank you again. And thank you, Andrew. And yeah, definitely let us know if you want to have more of these chats. We're definitely happy to be here for you. I'm happy to hop on and talk to you all and give you updates and that kind of a thing. So please do. And again, thank you so, so much. This has been a fantastic first day of the Kickstarter. And geez, yeah. Did we just break 65? Let's see. Oh, we almost a couple $100 and we've broken $65,000 as of right now live. Hey, super retro throwback. High five. Boop. Or hi. So yeah, this is great. I mean, I can't begin to explain how amazing this is. So thank you guys again so much. This has been fantastic. Again, let us know if you want some more of these. We'll be happy to post. I'll bring on some of the guys and we'll do one of these for you. I'll bring our director on, and I'll bring our executive producer on, and we'll chat at you about it. So thank you guys again so much. This has been amazing. We're so happy for what you've done already. So just spread the word about this movie and this project, and just the community that we're building, because it really is about you guys and fandom and being fans and being a family that loves all of this stuff and gets it. That's the thing. I mean, if you can't tell by the disembodied Tom Atkins head right here, or Fizzgig right here, or Groot right there, or Beetlejuice, or the Joker, or Negan, or the Doctor, I get it. I'm one of you. I get it, man. I get it hard, and I love it. So be sure to join us. Be a part of this. It's fantastic. It's amazing to be a part of something like this. And it is part of science fiction history, what we're doing. And your name will be on the credits. You'll be a part of it. And it will make you cry a little bit, because I know I cried when I